My name's Jeff Figel, Damage Control Senior Chief. I got on in '78, and that was March of '78 after A school, and my transit here in Philly to Rhoda, Spain to Venice, and so I picked it up probably maybe a third of the way through the med cruise, and I remember when I was a kid, I never thought I would see some of these places. I used to look in the encyclopedias of places that were over in Europe and everything, and ironically, it happened for me to actually see these things. And when I was a kid, I said, I'm never going to be able to see these places, but the Navy provided it. And one of the first places we went was Israel. I think that was right after Venice. And generally we hit a lot of the same places over there, but out of the ordinary places we would hit occasionally. I can't recall between the first and the second which places we visited, but we visited Alexandria, Egypt. We visited Lisbon, Portugal. We visited in Israel was Haifa, Israel, and then you got a chance to visit Jerusalem, and I made that trip for sure. Egypt, of course, you go from Alexandria to Cairo, and to the pyramids. I'm trying to remember. I'm glad there wasn't a lot of people taking pictures at that time. It's amazing. These guys were, they were sailors, and they just wanted to hit the beach. When I remember the first time I got on board, everybody would say, "I'm going to hit the beach." I'm like, "Geez, you're going to the beach?" But that's a general term for just getting on land. And you try to take all that stuff in, but it's hard. Especially at that time, I wasn't well versed in history, and I think part of that taught me to really study history. I'm a big history buff now. I study history insatiably, and it took me at that time to really what I lost in terms of what I could have learned at that time. And like we went to Portsmouth, England, and at that time you had an opportunity to go to France, and so we took one of them overnight ferries to France, and I had a chance to go to Normandy, but it didn't mean that much to me at the time, And now I just regret it so much that I didn't get a chance to. The Eiffel Tower, of course. Even if you're not a historian or anything like that, you want to see some of these epic structures, and so I did get a chance to go see there, but I missed Normandy. And there's other places, like we went to England about three times between the first and second med cruises, and I went to London, and that was one of the second med cruise. I happened to meet a girl, and kept in contact with pen pal. And when I got out of active, I kept in contact with her. And ironically, it was the time when Charles and Dyer was going to get married. So I got out of the Navy and I flew back over, and it was a great experience. I got to got some souvenirs and things, and I was there for the Charles and Di wedding. And of course, our relationship didn't last, but I got a lot out of it, in terms of going over there and seeing that. A few pictures, like I said, no, not too many people took pictures. They were interested in going out and drinking beer and having a good time. But and I didn't want to take a big camera because you'd probably eventually get breaking. If you did drink, you'd probably drop it. But I did take instamatic pictures. They weren't much, but at least I could look back on them. And I keep them in my phone, and anytime I want to reminisce, they're right there. Thank God for cell phones, man. I tell you what, it's the greatest invention of all, in terms of the things that you can do with a cell phone.